I'm not a big fan personally of how this is going to play out, because I think that age bracket between 18 and 21, we need to be better in terms of how we develop those players. And if they're not allowed to get the necessary experience, then maybe we're prohibiting some of their development.
Okay. Can we just nail down just sort of the final questions on the squad? Any news on sort of Adebayor? He's staying?
Yeah.
Shay Given, he's an important one. Last year's possibly best goalkeeper in the league. Can't get in the team now. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Is he going to fight for his place or what?
Yeah, he's going to fight for his place. I mean, he's part of the squad. Shay's a very, very professional sort of person. It's a bit strange for him in this current situation, because he's been a #1 goalkeeper for a long time. I have a lot of sympathy with him. The club do, but equally what the club's trying to do is to build a squad that is capable of challenging for every competition that we play in this year. Last year we got cruelly exposed because we had 2 goalkeepers that were out injured, and we had to go and find a goalkeeper to play in our last 3 games when we're fighting for a Champions League place. So, you know, it can quickly change, and we're very fortunate to have two goalkeepers of the quality that we have in both Shay and John.
Okay, Robinho, an expensive mistake, do you think?
No, I wouldn't call him a mistake. I mean, I think he's, you know, when you look at his performances for the national team, he's had performances here at Manchester City that has sort of lit up Eastlands at times. You know, I think his first season here, he got into double figures in terms of scoring goals. So
he didn't quite light up Eastlands the way we expected him to, though, on a consistent basis.
Well, you know, there are other factors. I mean, I believe. You know, the Premier League is not an easy environment for anybody to come in, whether they were born in England or whether they were born in Brazil. And I think that you know, he's a young man that has got a talent, and you know, if he stays with our football club, we work with that talent to try and implement it within the squad. You know, and that's all we can do as a football club, to work with any player, whether it's Robinho or any players that may feel that they're not in the starting 11.
There were reports earlier today that he's going to AC Milan. Anything in that?
As I said, there's just reports at the moment.
But is it a possibility he'll be going to AC Milan?
As I say, they're just reports at the moment.
Okay, fine. What about Stephen Ireland? Just to sort of close it on the players who've left, and Craig Bellamy. Craig Bellamy's gone to Cardiff. Strange move, some people think. Is it right that you're paying his wages?
I think it's unfair to talk about things that are clearly confidential, and I don't think it's right for our football club to disclose whatever the arrangement is with Cardiff. I think it's suffice to say that when you saw Craig's press conference, you know, I think he was delighted to be given the opportunity to play there. His family live there. He's a boyhood fan. He's got a lot of emotional investment in that football club, and I think it's a good move for both parties.
And finally, Stephen Ireland, who left with a few unpleasant parting shots, saying that the manager wasn't very communicative, that there's a hell of a lot of bling culture at the academy, which I think has hurt a few of the young lads here. Were you disappointed by his reaction?
I think that I'm sure some of the players here didn't agree with some of his comments, but you know, he's entitled to make those because you know, he was asked a question, that was his opinion. We don't necessarily agree with that. We wish him well. You know, Stephen has come through the academy. You know, he was our Player of the Year 12 months ago, and you know, I think everybody has wished him all the best from this football club. If he chooses then to make comments, then that's down to him.
Clearly you are irritating your near neighbours at Old Trafford. For football terms, I guess that's quite a good thing, isn't it?
Well, I think so. I mean, I've kind of lived, I grew up in the North East, and there's great rivalry between Sunderland and Newcastle. As you know, I spent time at Arsenal, there's great rivalry between Arsenal and Spurs. I know in Glasgow there's great rivalry between... Why shouldn't there be great rivalry between Manchester United and Manchester City? Manchester United have been incredibly successful, and you know, and they have been the benchmark that a lot of clubs are trying to aspire to. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get up there to be on that same level, and hopefully at some point, you know, we'd love to think that we could surpass that, but we've still got a long way to go. And
even with the level of spending and the quality of those signings,
Well,
You've still got a long way to go.
A long way to go is because they've done it over a number of years. So they've kept that going for the period or the best part of Sir Alex Ferguson's tenure there. Now we're just kind of embarking on our mission, and I think that we want to first of all get there and sustain that. That's what we're trying to do here.
When Sheikh Mansour, the owner, paid his visit on Monday night, that seemed to give the whole club and the crowd and clearly the team a huge lift.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that his mere presence, I think everybody appreciates, whether it's the fans, whether it's the players, whether it's the directors. Everybody appreciates what he's done for this football club. And I think the one thing that we're living in an age, or we have lived in an age, where we've seen a lot of people come into football and then very quickly go away and leave a bit of a trail of destruction. I think that the refreshing thing for me is with Sheikh Mansour and Khalid Al Mubarak and everybody that's been involved, is that they really wanted to be in this for the long haul. They want to put a structure in place that they can enjoy for a number of years. I spoke with Sheikh Mansour after the game on Monday night. We didn't talk about the Liverpool performance. We talked about what was happening here at the academy.
Finally, what's your message to the loyal Man City fans out there who will take the view, you spent all this cash, we've got to win something big now? What is your message to them?
The fans, from what I've seen in my short time here, is that they've had an enormous amount of disappointment, and they've had a lot of false dawns, and we're kind of trying to take away that disappointment. We're trying to take away that erratic behaviour of the football club. And I would ask them to be patient. I would ask them to have that belief in what's happening at the club. If they remain calm, and we believe that the course that we've set ourselves on now, it will bring everybody the rewards that they're looking for.
That's Brian Marwood, a rare interview with Manchester City's Chief Football Operations Officer, speaking to our own Brian Alexander. And if you've got anything that you'd like to say about that interview or about Manchester City, you know the text number 85058, 85058 if you've got anything to say about Manchester City or what you heard in that fascinating and rare interview.